Hi, sorry for the massively long absence. I've been busy doing gap year stuff and yeah, busy. Anyway, I have been passively trying to get fit, as in not trying, just going, I really need to get fit. I'm gonna eat another bit of chocolate. that's sort of how my brain works at the minute. As a child, I always used to be really active and I'd run around everywhere, and the fact that I have asthma didn't seem to bother me that much. It's got worse. Then as soon as I got to high school, or senior school, or whatever, sport became compulsory and you had to do hockey, lacrosse and netball every week. And I hated it because I was in the development squad for lacrosse and netball, which is such a demeaning name. And no one in the development squad wanted to be there, so the teachers hated us as much as we hated them, so it was just no fun for everyone. Hockey was okay because I was in the seconds, but again, that didn't really last. Because as soon as people wanted seconds matches on, a load of the first players were like, "Oh, we'll play in it," and then I got bumped off, and it was no fun, so I stopped playing hockey. And then as soon as I got into sixth form, we got to be able to choose our own sport options. We had to choose 3 to do every week, and I chose canoeing, basketball, and squash. And squash I absolutely love, and I'd been doing it as an extracurricular for ages. But basketball only happened about 3 times over the course of a year. Maybe another 3 the next year. It was ridiculous. And canoeing, we just messed around in boats in the school swimming pool. So that wasn't exactly, how to get fit. But since I've been at home, there are no squash courts, so I can't play squash. I don't have a horse, so I can't ride, which I used to do. I can't canoe because it's just difficult. And I can't play basketball because you need much more than one person to play basketball. And, a flat space and a hoop and all that shit. And I also can't go on runs because I live in Scotland and the weather is quite cold, and when it's cold my asthma flares up loads, so doing any kind of really physical activity outside in the winter is just awful for me. Even bouncing on the trampoline gets me in a kind of state where I can't breathe. Yeah, I try and go on bicycle rides, but the only 2 options are, we go out onto the road and it goes one of either directions. One direction, you go along for a bit, and then it's a really steep hill down, which is fine when you're going one way. And then you can go for a bit of a ride, but then you can't get back up without pushing your bike up. Maybe you can if you're a professional cyclist, but I can't. I've tried, I can't. And that's just no fun, because that's not a bike ride. And it's sort of a dip, so you go up and then down. So both sides are death, which I'm not fit enough to do yet. But I need to get fit, but there's nowhere to get fit. There's only stuff to do when you're fit. And the other way is sort of vaguely similar. It's just a really long, gradual-ish hill, which absolutely murders you, because there's no let up at all. It's almost worse than the really steep hill. And it's just so difficult. And I can't go cycling up in the hills because there are too many rocks and there's nowhere to really cycle. But, yeah. But I've always wanted to, and I don't know how. I can do stretches and stuff in my room, but I'm so useless in the morning, and it's so pointless in the evenings that I don't do it. Getting fit is such an effort. Anyway, bye.